Your procrastination is nothing more than a symptom of a deeper belief. Join me today on the Power Plan with Tashara. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Power Plan with Tashara. I am your host, author, and speaker, Tashara T.J. Robinson, and I am here to educate, encourage, and edify you on your life's journey. Thanks again for joining me on today's video. Procrastination. I think if you're human, you've dealt with procrastination, even if just for a nanosecond. So we are going to unpack that emotion, that action today on the Power Plan. But before we do that, I want to give you a little background about who I am and why I decided to start this channel. My name, again, is Tashara T.J. Robinson, and I was married for 19 years. And I was at home with my 4 beautiful children as a stay-at-home mom for 17 years. So lots of time at home raising our children. I'm now divorced, single working mother. Been divorced now a little over almost 4.5 years. Lots of transition, lots of self-discovery, lots of different emotions that I felt: procrastination, fear, sadness, uncertainty, exhilaration. It was excitement. I felt a plethora and a combination of emotions as I've gone through this particular transition. And even with all of those emotions, I've come across some principles, some insights, some nuggets of wisdom that I have just ingested into my soul is now part of my building block, part of reprogramming my mind for the type of life I want to live. So with those nuggets of wisdom, I would journal them in my personal journal. I would then post them to all of my social media platforms. And then I decided I want to write a book. So I did. I've actually written 2 books. The first book is Power Moms: Persevere, Overcome, Win, Empower, and Restore. Stories of 12 moms who found their power to win. Amazing project for me to be involved in. It was myself and 11 other ladies who decided to put their stories into a chapter. So you can have like 12 chapters in this book. Amazing. Ladies from different educational backgrounds, different family of origins, different paths to enlightenment, which is an amazing read. And my first solo project was published last year, From Pitiful to Powerful, and it is on Amazon. I'll be sure to place the link in the description box below. For me, From Pitiful to Powerful is a real book. You know, it is not a large book. It is one where my purpose was to give you, the reader, a real plan. Okay, what do you do? All of these platitudes, all of these principles, at the end of the day, when they're not placed in application, it's just a bunch of knowledge. I got enough knowledge, guys. I do. I'm good. How do I do this? From Pitiful to Powerful answers that question. How do I do this? Okay, so that's the purpose of the Power Plan as well. This is a how do I do this thing called life channel. Okay, and a common theme that I will continually repeat. It is a common thread through all of my videos. If you were to just sit and watch all of my videos in succession, the common principle, underlying thread in all of my videos is this one principle: we are as powerful as we choose to be. We are not a victim. We get to choose at every moment choices. We do. No one else does. So it's awakening to that power that we've had all along, as the good witch told Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, that we've squandered, we have given away, or we have allowed to lie dormant within us. Time to wake up. Therefore, the Power Plan is here. So, on today's video, I want to talk about procrastination. Ooh, I think the perfect example for me with procrastination has to be this last book that I wrote. When I think about the excitement that I felt when I said, "Ooh, I want to write this book," I just come off of Power Mom, so I still had a little adrenaline, like, "Ooh, I can do it, I can do it." I gave myself a personal goal, a particular day that I wanted this book to be published, right? So it was about 6 months prior to when I placed this personal goal, this personal date out there, right? Man, the days ticked on, the hours, the months, and I hadn't written a lick. And then I felt sad. I'm like, I want to write this book. It's in me. Why am I not doing it? I don't know. As I have learned to do, especially going through that divorce, a new process that I've learned to do on my own for myself is to analyze, why am I behaving this way? This behavior isn't matching up to what I want. What am I doing? What am I believing? What is causing that gap? Well, when you get from pitiful to powerful, I have a chapter in this book that talks about the life cycle of an action. This is a process that I do now. It is a process that I do now so quickly because I have given myself that practice. It's just become a discipline. You process all day, every day. You just do it so quickly you don't know that you're doing it. Well, this is a new process. It may be a new process for you, whereby you understand, as I state in the book, From Pitiful to Powerful, that your thoughts control your feelings control your beliefs control your actions control your consequences. Therefore, that cycle starts all over again, right? Thoughts, feelings, beliefs, actions, consequences, right? So when I was attempting to write this book, I had it in my head. I was like, oh yeah, this book, I can do it. Didn't write a thing for months. And I'm like, what am I doing? What's wrong with me? Then I sat down and I thought, oh, what am I thinking? When it came to this book, what I was thinking was it was going to take too long. It's such a big project. I feel like I was staring up at a mountain. Is anyone going to help me? I don't know the first thing about writing a book. I had all of these thoughts. Again, these thoughts were making me feel overwhelmed. I can't do it. I'm incapable, okay? Then I had that belief. I can't do it. I can't write the book by myself. I don't know what to do. So all of those thoughts was like a quagmire. It was like quicksand. Those thoughts that were not life-giving, they were not life-affirming, they were judgmental, they were condemning thoughts that made me feel heavy. It was as if someone was packing bricks on top of my back, in my hand there. You can't do it. It's gonna be too hard. What are you gonna talk about? This subject that you're talking about is so vast. What's gonna be your topic? Books, bricks just piled upon me, and I stayed stuck for months. When I finally just gave myself a break, gave myself some breathing room to start going within, to ask myself, what am I thinking about? What has me frozen pretty much? Because I know what I want, but I'm not doing it. I gave myself that time to think, okay, these are the thoughts that I'm thinking. Can't do it, too big. You don't know the first thing about publishing a book. Then I realized it was affecting how I was feeling. I felt sad. I felt unaccomplished, like I'm just a talker. I'm not a doer. Then it affected my beliefs, right? Well, I had to go back to my own words, right? Change those thoughts. I can do this. Many other people have written books. I'm no different. I can do it. Okay, let me tell you what happened when those thoughts changed. When those thoughts changed, my feelings changed. Yeah, I can write a book. Yeah, I can do this. Some other people have done it. I'm no different. I'm just as good. I can do this. When I started thinking that way, I started feeling a little lighter. The bricks were being removed. I can do this. Yeah. Then I started to see videos, either on YouTube or just some random videos where someone would be talking about writing a book. Coincidence? I think not. Because my thoughts had changed, my feelings had changed, my beliefs are now changing. Guess what? Now I had what I call synchronicities coming in. Coincidences, whatever you want to call it. People, places, books, sayings that came to confirm what I was thinking. I now was thinking, I can do this. I can figure it out. I saw this one video where this guy was talking about writing a book, and he said, do you know only 75% of the people read the first chapter of a book? And I thought, oh my God, that was so freeing, because here I am thinking I have to write War and Peace Volume 2. And he was like, no, lighten it up. Again, give it to them in the first chapter, but understand 75% of people don't read other than the first chapter of the book, right? And then he gave another tip. He said, break your book up. Make it into a series of books. Don't feel like you have to write a huge novel the first time. Whoa, again, that gave me some momentum. It gave me some momentum, like, okay, I can do this. It brought it down into bite-sized actionable pieces that made it more believable for me to accomplish this goal. Guys, when I sat down and decided to write this book, I wrote it in 3 days, literally over a weekend. I know. You're thinking, I know, I want to do that. I promise you, if I can do it, you can do it. I know you hear that all the time, but it is really true. The one process that I would encourage you to do, take a break. Step one, take a break from whatever this project is. Sit back, step two, and analyze, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you believing that's giving you these actions? And the action is procrastination, non-movement toward your goal. Sit back, think about that, unpack it. Are you thinking fearful thoughts, failure thoughts? I can't do it, it's too hard, I'm not good enough. Those thoughts are affecting your feelings. Okay, the only way I was able to get traction on this particular project, I had to change my thoughts. I had to first of all recognize that these thoughts were the root cause of this procrastination. Once I did, ooh, it was like, okay, let me at it. Now, I still have to go through that process now. When I look at some actions before me, why am I doing this? Because this is not really what I like or what I want to do. I back that thing up. What am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I believing? See, now I'm getting the work from the inside. No one is nagging me from without. Tashara, why are you doing that? Tashara, why aren't you doing that? The change is coming intrinsically from within. So we have unpacked that state of procrastination. We have decided and we have become aware that that procrastination is really just a symptom. It is a symptom of a thought, a feeling, belief, and an action. Okay? So now I encourage you, sit with yourself today. Analyze these actions. Ask yourself, okay, what I'm doing, is it lining up with what I really, really want? If not, there's a disconnect. That's okay. You have the time, you have the power, you have the brain, and you have the design and the desire to figure out why not. Just sit with those thoughts. Analyze what you're thinking. Oh, this is why I'm feeling this way. This is why I'm procrastinating, because I have this belief. You get to analyze it and change it. So I am sure this video, because again, it caused some movement in my life. I know this will do the same for you. So I appreciate you tuning in on today's video on the Power Plan with Tashara. And like I love to end every video, remember, you are as powerful as you choose to be.